We are live 364 days a year. What are we doing here?
If Dom turns at SummerSlam, I'm shaving my moustache off. I've told you, if that happens, it's going. My lip is cold because of a stupid bet that I made with YouTube.
Oh, good.
Wrestle's better than Daniel Bryan Daniels. Better than Okada.
How do you not get 50 after Monday Night Raw?
Good afternoon, everyone. It is your boy Shad Talks Graps, and we are back for another installment of the Wrestling Republic daily broadcast. It's Friday. It's June 6th. June 6th, 1992 is when I was born. It is my birthday today. So if y'all in the comments, man, show some birthday love for your boy, man. You know, there's a super chat function too if y'all want to, buy the boy a drink. But it's gonna be a fun show because speaking of money, it's Money in the Bank weekend, and we are gonna be talking about Money in the Bank predictions. Woo, this is a pretty crazy card, man. A lot of controversy going into it about the build. Do people like it? Do people not like it? We are gonna cover it all today and give y'all our predictions. But I can't do this alone, man. I got a very, very solid panel with me today. First and foremost, man, it can't be Shad's birthday without a fellow Eagles fan. My guy, Anthony. How are you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right. Happy birthday again, Shad. And absolutely, of course, your birthday would cause a worlds colliding over this weekend on top of Money in the Bank. Yeah, this is a lot of fun, as always. I can't wait to get into the predictions and see how much we're wrong. Or right, depending upon which way this goes. But let's get into it, Shad.
For sure, man. And yeah, Worlds Collide is also this weekend as well. The only thing I care about is Mr. Iguana. That is my favorite wrestler of all time. Now, that guy rules. I've never seen a match of his, but I'm instantly a fan. Last but not least, man, we got my dog, Big Arch. What does Clark say? It ain't St. Louis, it's the Big Arch. What's going on, man?
I'm doing all right, mate. Yeah, at least you got that intro right, unlike Ben, who still doesn't know what the arch is in St. Louis. No, yeah, it's going to be a great show today. We've got two great shows this weekend with Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. And, of course, happy birthday to yourself. And I think we've got a little surprise at the start here for you.
Oh, man.
Such a surprise. It's in the graphic.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I was like, Ben, put it in the graphic.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, my God. Those in the comments, man, y'all sing along, bro. Y'all,
Right, you ready?
Part of the girl.
All right, ready?
We're gonna go and sing.
On three?
Yeah, okay, go on.
On
Wait, on 3 or after 3?
On three.
Okay,
This is because WWE has so many limited matches on the card, by the way.
Happy
birthday
to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Shad.
to Shad. Why you doing it so slow?
An American and a Brit trying to sing happy birthday, the power
you.
struggle. I appreciate it, man. Thank you guys. That's awesome. That's got to get clipped up. And then of course, man,
Clearly not practiced.
Yeah, so out of sync.
Thank you, DC Warlord. I appreciate it, man. My boy, I Make Beats, June Babies, where at his B-Days at the end of the month. Hey, man, remind me when your birthday is. I will definitely make sure to give you a birthday shout out. Always love to the bro. I Make Beats. Number one Superfly saying happy birthday, Shad. Had my birthday just last Wednesday. Happy belated, bro. Gemini-ish over here, bro. So happy birthday to those who had it this week. Hey, man, we appreciate you, bro. Happy belated. I don't think I've seen you on the show since then. So, it's all love over here, bro. And then we got Fernando Zayas also saying happy birthday. All right, man. Let's get the birthday shenanigans away for a second. Let's talk about the match that I am the most excited for, dog. And that is the women's Money in the Bank match. And if you don't know, I am the Tuesday Night Delight. If you don't know, Arch is the guy who reviews NXT. I feel like we got to take a couple victory laps because the NXT girlies that got called up are heavily in this match, man. We got Stephanie Vaquer. We got Roxanne Perez. We got Julia, on top of having big-time stars like Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, and that's everybody, right? I ain't missing no one,
Yeah,
right?
that's everyone.
Okay,
I
yeah.
was counting along. It's 6.
Yeah. So in my opinion, this is the most unpredictable match on the card. In my opinion, I think you could make a case for any of these women to win it. Like, and I think that is how they hit it out the park, man. And WWE, man, they're brewing something up right now. The women's division is starting to become a bit of the strong point. It was always that case on NXT, but now argue it on the main roster because I feel like the star power in this match compared to the men's match, I don't know, man. The balance beam isn't at the same weight. I feel like it's a little bit more heavier here. So that being said, it's a prediction show, and we got to predict who's gonna win, and we got to make a strong case for it. I'm gonna kick it off to myself first because I know a lot of people have been wondering, who am I going for in this match? Who I think is going to win this match? And I know what the betting odds is, and I know what the betting favorites is. I'm here to tell you, it's not accurate. My choice right here is accurate because for the longest time I was going with Naomi, but then La Primera entered in the scene. La Primera came onto the main roster, and La Primera showed why she is undeniable and how she has gotten more reaction than her counterparts on the first day of the job. It is her time. I am picking Stephanie Vaquer to win Money in the Bank. You don't need her to cash it in immediately, but this is the first stepping stool for her to become undeniable like she was on NXT, like she will be on the main roster. So I'm going with Stephanie Vaquer. Anthony, man, who do you have winning the women's Money in the Bank?
This may be one of the toughest Money in the Bank prediction matches to that I can recall in recent memory, because a case could be made for every single one of them. They've all held women's championships. They all have bright spots. Does Rhea Ripley need it? No, she doesn't need it. Vakir, obviously, there's a lot of momentum behind her. Same thing with Roxanne. Naomi, probably. I'm going to go Naomi on this, and it's not because the betting odds are Naomi. I feel like she's deserved it, and I think she can maybe make a run with this. And I could totally see it turning into a situation where every time she goes to cash in, a storm is brewing and prevents the cash in. And they could probably escalate it from there. And if they wanted to, maybe Jay takes the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's not unprecedented. It's happened. Not with the women's, but it has happened. Edge took Kennedy's. Miz technically took Otis's, which should have never happened in the first place, but that's neither here nor there. But I think it's going to be a potential match of the night because the talent involved in this could easily main event any card. I don't think it's going to main event this show, but it could easily can. And considering we have an event coming up in a month that's all about that, a lot of things could be very interesting coming out of this.
Yeah, and Naomi, honestly, man, that is a strong pick because I agree with everything that you're saying. I think, and also what you
She's
mentioned,
also deserving on top.
Well
of that.
deserving.
And
yes.
not that any of the other ones aren't, but considering the fact that Naomi, she walked out the whole thing with Sasha, and she kind of rebuilt herself in TNA, and she really hasn't gotten that push since coming back. Obviously, the heel turn has sort of gone in that direction, but she was unsuccessful at Mania. You kind of figure she's hopefully due, and a Money in the Bank win is certainly the right direction.
Yeah, and ooh, man, her getting the briefcase, caution tape all around it, like aesthetically, that briefcase would look so badass. It looks so cool. Badass. Yeah, I'm excited to see, man, and I think the level of, like you mentioned, it can kind of go in anyone's direction is going to be interesting. Even someone like Alexa Bliss.
Honestly, whoever wins it, I don't think I'd be mad. Like I don't think there's somebody that if they won it, I'd be like, oh, nah, they didn't. That's not right. Like, I don't feel like unless something dramatic happens and you just go, all right, that was a crappy finish. Other than that, I fully expect it to be worthwhile and something that you're like, okay, top that.
For sure. And you were not alone, man. There's a lot of people picking Naomi. Giancarlo Lotito is picking Naomi with the briefcase. I'm surprised you didn't pick Saray to win it, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I didn't say that.
Fernando Zayas has Naomi winning it as well. We got I Make Beats saying that he's got Naomi, but he also says he could potentially see the future GOAT Roxanne Perez winning it. That's gonna be interesting to see. I gotta ask you the same question, Archie. What do you think will be the outcome for this women's Money in the Bank match? Who do you have winning it?
So I agree with you guys that it's completely unpredictable. It's very tough to predict. I mean, I know maybe Naomi's probably the favorite or the fans' favorite for it. But as you guys said, any of these women can win. I think it's probably the most stacked women's Money in the Bank match we've ever had. And what I love about this is they're putting all of the top talent from their women's division into this match and kind of doing a bit of a taster of evolution, if you'd want to call it that, before the actual event occurs. This is extremely tough. Naomi could win it, like Ant said. I don't see Rhea Ripley winning it. I hope she doesn't win it because I do, as Anthony said, she doesn't deserve it. She doesn't need to win it. She's already, a fully cemented main event star in WWE. My pick for this is, I did think about Julia, but I think the United States titles in her future. I've got to go for the prodigy Roxanne Perez. Obviously, me and Roxanne are only 2 years apart in age, so there's a bit of sentimental kind of wanting someone around my own age to. It's nice to see someone around my own age to kind of succeed in this industry. But also, I feel like since Stephanie Vaquer and Judy has come into NXT, I don't think people's forgotten about her effect on NXT Women's Division. But I don't feel there's been enough hype around her as a call-up from fans. I think it's more been about Julia and Stephanie, and obviously they should get hype. But Roxanne is probably, in my opinion, one of the best women's wrestlers in the world, and I think she will win this match and cause some more friction between her and the Judgment Day, whether she's in it or not. I think there's something more brewing there, but I think Roxanne Perez is gonna win this match. And although Naomi deserves it, I don't know. I just feel like Jade's gonna cost her this one. But yeah, Roxanne's my pick for this.
And I really, really like that pick a lot, man. That to me is something that would excite me. Yo, Roxanne Perez, is she not like showing glimpses of being like AJ Lee Jr. right now on the main roster?
Literally,
honestly, there isn't a bad pick for this match. Like, like Archie said, like
it's the only one is Rhea. If I had to say.
Rhea, and it's not even that she doesn't deserve it; it's that she doesn't need it. It would mean more to the others, that's my opinion.
To be honest, if Rhea won it, it would be the same situation as in when Charlotte won the Royal Rumble. I was happy with her winning the Royal Rumble, but Roxanne was the final two. I think a Royal Rumble, like a match like that, somebody surprising winning it, like Roxanne Perez, would have been interesting. And I feel like they can kind of rectify that mistake in my eyes and have her win the Money in the Bank match, because I haven't seen too many people predict her to win it. It's mainly been Naomi.
Honestly,
they've also put her in all she's been the consistent person in the Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and Money in the Bank.
She's been the Iron Horse since even before the call up. I mean, if they have her be the runner up on this thing, then she's got to be the front runner to win the Rumble in 26. She has to be.
Yeah.
If she doesn't win Money in the Bank, she has to win the Rumble in 26.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then again, that's tough because there's so many talented women. Yes. And you're saying if she wins the Royal Rumble, then it's maybe someone like Stephanie Vaquer or Julia missing out, or so it's. I mean, they've got a good headache, WWE, and not just this Money in the Bank match, but in the future. Yeah.
roster is insane right now.
Yeah.
And also to the point, with Rhea Ripley, I agree 100%. I'm like you mentioned, I'm not going to be mad because Rhea Ripley is probably the biggest women's star in pro wrestling right now. I don't think that's
It's probably her. It's between her and Tony Storm, probably.
yeah, it's between those
Yeah.
two, right? And
Mhm.
I would probably
Liv Morgan's up there as well.
I'd probably give Rhea Ripley a bit of the edge over them at the moment, just because
Mhm.
Bigger
like
spotlight.
she's hit a mainstream audience of just
Mhm.
her herself.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
Rhea Ripley doesn't even wrestle as much as other women on the roster. She
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
comes out, exists, and the crowd is instantly, at all. And that
Yeah.
type of star power is great. But like y'all mentioned, the money in the bank to me is something that has to help elevate
Yeah.
you to that next level, right? It's the same thing that we mentioned with the Royal Rumble.
I
It's supposed to elevate the superstar to the next level.
You know how scary this is? As stacked as this Money in the Bank is, and considering what WWE has done in the pipeline with the women's thing,
Mm.
you got Mariah May now in the mix
Yeah,
coming
Mariah
within the
May,
next. At some point, she's going to
I
be
mean,
popping up on the main roster too.
here-
So
And this
here's
is
the
why
thing.
all them titles are important, because you put
Yeah.
there.
I-
It's a good way to. And bro, Jordan Grace is still in the
Yes.
pipeline too.
that's what I'm
did want-
saying. Like, it's so stacked.
The thing
Sorry,
is about
Archie,
the
go ahead.
Rhea Ripley. The thing I want to mention about Rhea Ripley is they do need to be careful, because although she's such a massive star and you do want to have her in these spotlights, you don't want to have her in danger of becoming a Charlotte Flair, where it's like,
It's a given.
who is
Yeah.
she without the title? Who is she
Yeah.
outside the main event
Yeah.
scene? So I think this match can be a good way of kind of telling that story of her trying to find herself as she gets back to the top as well by losing it.
It's
sure.
such a tough spot for Charlotte or
Yeah.
Rhea or even
Yeah.
Becky Lynch, for example. Once you've been to the mountaintop multiple times, it's really hard on where you put them. And the secondary
Yeah.
titles or the tag titles come in handy for this situation because okay, you can have them fight for a title, you can have them, job out to somebody to get somebody else more over
Yeah.
and not necessarily clog up the world title scene, for
Mhm.
example.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey man, I'm excited for it. Let's get to the next match,
Mhm.
because we're sticking with the ladies, and this is a match that obviously has been a ongoing feud for
Mhm.
some time now. They've been they've been feuding since NXT when Becky had the title and lost it to her. But it's the protege versus her mentor,
Mhm.
Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the
Mhm.
Intercontinental title. And to me, this is a match where I have a lot of I'm on the fence about it, because I could see it going in either direction. I feel like the outlier with it is always going to be Bayley, because we haven't
Yeah.
seen her return. And, Becky been taking some shots at Bayley. I feel like there needs to be an answer to that. Now, will it be a situation Bayley helps Lyra, or will it be a situation Bayley comes and sees Becky after match? I am going to pick the Intercontinental Champion to retain. I got Lyra just being the Achilles heel to Becky. I like the story that, I might not be the best to y'all, but I could beat the best. And I beat the best
Yeah.
3 times. And I think Becky is in a position now where she is going to probably lick her chops just working with a lot of the younger talent.
Yeah.
And the younger talent's really good now. So it's going to be fresh matchups. But I don't think she wants to potentially be the IC champ at this moment in time. I feel like it can help build and establish Lyra as the IC champ. So I'm going to stick with her retaining, beating Becky Lynch. Becky, you are my GOAT. Don't forget, I do have your book. You signed it for me. But I
Just
got Lyra.
the flex with the sign, the sign book.
He was just checking to make sure the signature was still there.
Nah, yeah. I got Lyra retaining. Archie, I'm gonna start with you, man. Who do
Yeah.
you have winning this match?
Okay, so first of all, I've absolutely loved this feud. Something that I think a lot of experienced talent struggle to do at times is kind of maybe they don't let the talent kind of hit back at them too much. I mean, we've seen it with John Cena and Austin Theory. Becky Lynch is somebody that I really admire because she's someone that's not afraid to leave a segment with an egg on her face. And Lyra Valkyria has thrown an egg on her face multiple times in this rivalry. She's held her own, and the crowd are fully behind her now, to the point where I could see her being in a world title match, possibly even by WrestleMania. I think Lyra Valkyria, I mean, as you said, Charlotte, I'm on the fence on this. It's unpredictable. I think Lyra's going to retain. I've got Lyra Valkyria retaining this match, and I think she's going to do it. I think Bayley might have paid $100 to get some advice from her best friend, and I think she's going to cost Becky Lynch the match. I think this is going to, I hope it leads to Becky Lynch versus Bayley at Evolution in Hell in a Cell. I really want to. I really want to see that. We haven't had a women's Hell in a Cell match for quite a while. I think Bayley and Becky in Hell in a Cell at Evolution is the perfect time to do it. This has been a year-long, not year-long, multiple years long of a rivalry that we're going to be getting towards now with Bayley and Becky. But now the focus is going to be fully on them. But yeah, Lyra is going to retain through the help of Bayley, I think.
I like it, man, and it's going definitely going to be something interesting to see. In regards to that with Bayley. And then we got a couple comments I do want to get into, and then we're gonna get to your pick, Anthony. First and foremost, Fernando saying Timeless Tony is a lot more over than Rhea. That's kind of crazy.
Might have to check the merch sales for that one, but
yeah. Number one Superfly saying Becky Lynch will win the match with the most devastating move in all pro wrestling. Surprise roll up after Bayley appears, and we get Becky versus Bayley. And oh my gosh,
I think that's wishful thinking. I think
I fell for that comment. I feel like he says that comment all the time. DC Warlord saying Lyra wins due to Bayley returning. Bobby Petito saying I see Bayley coming back at Money in the Bank to set up a match between Becky Lynch and Bayley for Evolution 2. He also has Lyra retaining. And then there was one more comment I wanted to put in there. Where'd it go? Oh, yeah. I make beats. Becky and Lyra's last match was great. This is heating up, in my opinion. I hope they run in 3 matches. I don't know, though. Does Bayley show up this weekend? It is something of a lot of uncertainty. I think the fans are missing Bayley because she kind of got done at Mania. But, and I got to ask you, man, who you got winning this match and your thoughts?
This is one of those things that, honestly, it annoyed me when the IWC went after Becky and said Becky Hogan. She ain't Hogan. She has no problem putting talent over. She has no problem. Even if she beats a talent, the talent still looks better than they did before they got in the ring with her. She makes them look strong. So I feel, knowing their history together outside the ring, I think it's very likely that Becky goes, I don't need this. Lyra goes over to help her, to help the Intercontinental title that hasn't exactly gotten the super shine since it came into existence. Having Bayley, her music hit or something to distract. It protects Becky, but at the same point gives Lyra the win, and you can kind of go off with them. The question is, where does Lyra go after this? You got to keep the momentum going. She's got to keep retaining. You got to keep going with this. I'm very afraid, okay, Becky loses, and then the focus is on Becky and Bayley, and the Intercontinental title is, wait, there's an Intercontinental title? That is my concern with this, because it's not exactly a great track record with these things. I could totally see Becky and Bayley at Evolution. I don't know if it'll be the Hell in a Cell. They may save that for SummerSlam. But I am very, very interested to see where this goes. I do think it's going to be a great match regardless. The talent involved is too good for it not to be, unless there's some complete shenanigans that you go, really? That wasn't necessary. But I don't think that'll be the case in this one. But I do have Lyra retaining.
All right. Well, we all agree Lyra is going to retain. ChatGPT told us that Becky's gonna win apparently, and so did Ben. So hopefully
Must be true. Yeah.
But
So-
Ben has such a great track record at these things.
Yeah, man, he's just copying ChatGPT. He doesn't want to tell his real thoughts on it or whatnot. But all jokes aside,
I mean, listen. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, to be fair, if Lyra does lose, which I don't think she will do, she's still come out of this rivalry far better with far higher stock than she had before. I mean, the crowd is doing the wooing now, and it's not just like a few people in the arena doing it, like the whole arena. A lot of
it's fun. Yes,
for sure. All right.
Woo.
Well, there's one thing I do want to talk about that is more important than Money in the Bank. It's Wrestling Republic related, and if you don't know, now you know. The Wrestling Republic Undercard channel. This is our second channel. We have a highly extensive amount of content that is on that channel. You get additional shows like Sold Separately from Anthony and Clark. You get sometimes some off the airs on there, and you get clips from the best stuff that happened on the daily broadcast, including a lot more. So if you haven't already, man, go ahead and follow us on the Undercard channel. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's get that channel up as well as this channel, because we work hard for over here, man. We give y'all a lot of content, but it's always for the love of the game and always love for the support that y'all give us. All righty. Tag team match, potentially main event. I don't know, but we have the biggest heel team that you can chalk up right now. John Cena, who hates the kids and don't want to kiss the babies no more, and just kick and Make-A-Wish children down steps. And a person even worse than that, Logan Paul, the one who gives these children that disgusting product that is Prime energy drink.
I kind of blame the children for making him a star in the first place, but neither here nor there.
That is true. We need to stop making people with no talent famous.
You can blame my generation for that.
Yes,
it is definitely your generation. It ain't our generation. I know that for sure.
Our generation wasn't eating Tide Pods. Just saying.
But no, it's Cody and it's Cena and Logan versus Cody Rhodes, who made his return, and 4 letters, 1 word. Yee Jey Uso. Oh my goodness. This match is going to be somewhat interesting for me. I think that everything in tied to Cena's run right now has been entertaining off of the heel character. You can only add more heel character to it by adding Logan Paul. And I think Logan's a solid worker. I think Cody coming back is good for the company. I think him and Cena, reigniting the feud that they have, tied to him losing his belt at Mania, it brings a level of interest in it for me. But who wins is going to be the most telling thing. I personally have the baby faces winning. I feel like we need the good guys to win this match. We can't let wrestling be ruined for the entirety. Logan Paul, you're the only person there with no merit to your name. You are going to take the pin. You are going to be the fall guy. Travis Scott will be there to probably see you get crossroad, and hopefully he hits you with the crossroads a couple times as well. But yeah, I'm going to go with Cody and Jay winning this. Anthony, who you got?
Okay, this is a little tricky. I don't think Cena or Jay would take the pinfall. I don't think either one. I don't think anybody's pinning Cena until his last match. Jay, he's a world champion that's kind of gotten the shaft by the it's not as good as it should have been. But I don't think he would do that. I think the most likely scenario, either Cody or Logan would take the fall, but I think it's Logan. The reason the Logan Cena team works to me is because Cena's whole thing is, as a heel, is that he's there to destroy the history of the business. He wants to kill the business because that's what the fans have accused him of his entire career. The hardcore fans that were not part of C Nation, that weren't Jordy and the like, very much were not fans of him and went, "You're killing our wrestling, the wrestling that we grew up with, the Rock and Austin, the Attitude Era, our generation Shad that was like, no, this is not right." So he's now embracing that, and who's more easily hateable than Logan Paul. There's nobody more easily hateable. So, he's also been accused of the same thing, going, you're a disgrace to the business. We don't want you here. It makes perfect sense of them two teaming up. It also makes sense Cena abandoning Logan because they are both heels. So to get out of Dodge, I could totally see Cena leaving Logan to his to the two baby faces, the former tag champs, mind you. So yeah, I'm going Cody and Mr. Yeet himself, Jey Uso.
I like it. Yeah. So that's 2 for the good guys. We got the comments going crazy right now. Also, I like this one. 2 words, 9 letters. Happy B-Days. Salute to the homie Dez, man. If y'all don't know, Dez he's the new guy over here. Him and Aunt U. So be nice to him. We're the only ones who can give rookie hazing on our team. But y'all in the comments.
Archie's just thrilled that he's not the rookie at this point.
Not the new guy anymore.
That's true. Your rookie reign ended pretty quickly. We got Take It to the Table over here at Chaos. What's going on, man? I appreciate you. When am I back? Bro, when you invite me back to the table, you act like I can just set the table up and go there whatever I want, bro. I got to get an invitation to the table, man. It ain't something that I could just get onto.
Just so people know a little inside baseball here that you'll appreciate. None of us know when we're going to be on the table. We just randomly get added to a group chat by Chaos. Like you've been summoned. You don't know what it's about. You don't know anything going into it.
Yeah, I was just randomly summoned to be the background referee for the quiz.
That's what happens.
Which was very interesting, which I think is coming out soon. So.
We also got I Make Beats saying he got Cody pinning Cena. Okay.
Would make sense.
That's interesting. All right. DC Warlord saying he has
Team
Logan
Heel.
and Cena. So he got Team Hill. And then he also says he got Dez confused with Desmond Xavier, aka Wesley. No, that isn't him. Don't worry. Arch, I'm gonna ask you the same thing, man. Who do you have winning in this tag match?
So I'm gonna go 3 for 3. I'm gonna say Cody and Jay. I think like last year, Solo pinned Cody to get the title match at SummerSlam. I don't think Cody needs to pin Cena, but I think he's gonna pin Cena. And I think Logan's gonna be the coward to kind of run away and leave Cena to fend off Cody and Jay on his own, which might lead to what my initial prediction was for Cena's last match, which was the double turn. But it may end up happening at SummerSlam in terms of Cody turning heel and Cena turning face during that match. But I think I'm going to go Cody and Jay. I think the WWE product has just had like a massive Cody Rhodes hole that has not been filled since his absence. I mean, it's been good. Obviously, Seth Rollins and his faction have been carrying it, I think, but Cody's just another level. He is just somebody that is one of the most popular people in wrestling right now, and fans want to see Cody Rhodes on their TV in some capacity. They don't care how it is. They don't care if he's in a Money in the Bank match or if he's in a tag team match. I think this tag team match makes sense. I understand why they're doing it. Obviously, it's good for social media views and everything like that. I've made it clear that I'm not really that interested in Logan Paul as a wrestler anymore. But this Cena kind of partnership is quite interesting, as I think it's planting the seeds for a future or a very soon upcoming Cena face turn, which I think is probably coming sooner than expected, because I thought he wouldn't turn face until his last match, maybe. But
yeah, and I do think it's coming sooner, probably maybe around SummerSlam. Just because
I think fans are getting a bit sick of it as well. It's like, personally, I'm not. Look, I'm a massive Cena fan, right? But this kind of whole over the top kind of cartoon villain kind of promos he's cutting, it's getting a bit old. The way he was talking to Jay is like, that's just not how other humans talk to each other. Like, I'm sorry, Cena, like, you're a great actor, what? But you're terrible in this heel role.
I agree with that. I think his tone was initially very good, because it came off very surprising, obviously. So we were shocked by it, and he was kind of leading into it. But nowadays, you're right. It's very like to the point. Like, he's just strongly putting into it. Like you can tell he's acting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've mentioned this to Anthony before, and I said, honestly, the Cena heel turn, I want it to finish, and I want them to do that double heel turn because Cody as a heel is something I'm clamoring for. Because if people don't know Cody as a heel, then they're in for a treat. Because Cody, as good as he is a babyface, he is such a fun heel.
He's a phenomenal heel.
I mean, he had when he was Ring of Honor World Champion, he had a ring. He had the ring.
Kiss the ring, yeah.
But before MJF did it, when you look at this, it's kind of one of those things where, like, part of me thinks Cena's the heel to the last match and Cody wins and saves the history of the business. Like, that could be an obvious guess, but at the same point, are they really going to have the entire run with him being a heel? I've been on record, well, not officially on record on air because I wasn't on air when Archie said this, but I said this to him privately when he told me his booking idea of the double turn, a la the Bret Hart Austin WrestleMania 13. I would do it at SummerSlam. In all seriousness, I would have the double turn take place at SummerSlam, and you can have the heel Cody kind of do his thing. But that's kind of fantasy booking. Do I think they would let Cena go all the way to the end and lose the last match? I could see him do it. The only reason why I don't think they may do it is they haven't done like this countdown thing. Because remember, Cena mentioned this countdown thing. I think at some point
done it since.
They have not done a graphic of going, he has this number of days left or whatever. They haven't done it. Like, if they kept doing it, I'd be like, okay, they're gonna drag this out. Like, that's the direction they're going to go. But since they're not doing it, it may be sooner than later.
The only if that double heel turn does happen where Cody's locking Cena in the STF with Cena kind of pouring out of blood, as I said, the only way that they can make me not like it so much is if they included The Rock. I just don't want The Rock involved now because I'm a massive fan of The Rock. Dwayne Johnson can just stay as a board member and out of this story because it just complicates things all the time.
Yeah. Well, it is going to be something of interest to see how that goes. But let's get to this last topic on the show. And this is the men's Money in the Bank match. The I would say more or less Money in the Bank match that I'm less excited for. But still, there's always a level of intrigue in every single Money in the Bank match that we do have. To me, I think that we are going into a situation where it is going to be a more strong case of who I think it is. Obviously, let me say who we have in the match. We got Seth Rollins, we got LA Knight, we got Andrade, we got Penta, we got help me out, I'm losing my chain of thought on who else is in the match.
Solo Sikoa,
of course, and then who's the last person?
El Grande
Americano.
I told myself I would forget. Yeah. So
not the guy with the AAA Mega Championship title shot the day before. Not that guy.
No.
Yeah,
they put makeup over his tattoo.
Hours before, you mean? Yeah, El Grande Americano. To me, I feel like this match could establish a couple of the people if given the opportunity. I think Penta with a briefcase would be phenomenal. But I do know that the Lucha Brothers as a tag team is going to be in the horizon.
Yeah.
Solo Sikoa to me is an intriguing option as a monster heel. It pissed people off. But I don't know. That could potentially, that could be a thing. LA Knight, he's a fan favorite. He's someone that does a lot to earn his stripes for it. But to me, man, it's Seth Rollins. I got Seth winning the briefcase, being a two-time briefcase winner at this part. Yeah. He's done a lot of media talking about Money in the Bank. And I think he is just this iteration and heel character. It works the best. I think you can tell a lot to the story with maybe the dynamic with him and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed at some point. Maybe it's just utter dominance. Maybe there's another heist of the century on the horizon against, I don't know, Cody and Cena. That would be interesting. But to me, I feel like Seth is the one who will take it. So I'm gonna go with Mr. Rollins. Archie, who you got, man? Because I know you say you got a prediction that's gonna hit people with a swerve.
Yeah, I did have, and I was gonna say Solo Sikoa, but the more I was thinking about it throughout the day, the more I'm thinking that it's not going to be Solo Sikoa. And look, I think it's going to be Seth Rollins. I was kind of, I didn't really know if it was going to be Seth or not because you've got the Roman factor, you've got the Punk factor, and it's, to me, I can see them costing Seth, but then at the same time, there's 4 matches on this card. We know how much Triple H loves the 5-match cards. There's a reason he left Gunther and Jay off this card and put it on the Raw after Money in the Bank. And I've got a feeling it's because Jay's going to get cashed in on. And I've got a feeling he's going to lose the title on that episode of Raw. And I don't think they're going to give it to LA Knight just for him to cash in on Jay. I don't think they're going to give it to Penta, Andrade. The main one that I can see doing it is Seth. And I think what would be quite interesting is if Roman and Punk did actually get involved, but then they get in each other's way and Seth ends up winning, even though they did get involved. So that way you're kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone, if you'd like. So you're continuing that story, and also Seth wins the briefcase. But yeah, I think Seth's winning this one. I think Roman and Punk will get involved. They'll get in each other's way. And I think Seth's going to cash in on Jay the next night or the 2 nights after on Monday Night Raw.
Okay. Well, that is 2 for Seth Rollins on this. We do have a couple comments. We got I Make Beats saying he has Seth winning. He says El Grande would be the swerve, though. Bobby Petito also is picking Seth Rollins. And then Gianna Forever is picking Chad Gable, even though Chad Gable was not in the match.
He's in the AAA Mega Championship match.
Yeah.
Earlier in the day.
El Grande Americanos.
So you have him beating. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't.
I don't know.
Chad Gable win.
Maybe he does like a Brock Lesnar. So as El Grande is about to get the briefcase, his Chad Gable's music.
Oh man! All right, Anthony. I ask you, man, who do you have winning this?
Okay. We've seen Seth Rollins not sell out but buy in, and the last time he did that, he won a Money in the Bank briefcase and did the heist of the century 10 years ago. Then this WrestleMania 10 years later, he pulled another heist of the century and pulled off Paul Heyman. I think Seth Rollins is the odds-on favorite on this. I would put money on Seth. If Roman somehow pulled the swerve and got involved, then yeah, I do think they'd probably do something crazy like El Grande Americano, just because I don't think anyone would see it coming. Personally, what I would love to see, even though Sammy is technically involved with the whole Seth thing, it would be kind of funny if El Grande Americano got screwed out of it by El Generico. That's my dream, to see them feud, for because it's just so ridiculous, and them both denying that they're the alter egos. It'd be to me, that's entertainment for me. I would get pleasure in that. But I do think it's Seth. I do think the new Dangerous Alliance they're going to be storming up and taking out Jay. I think that's what's probably going to happen, and you're probably going to see the Usos and Roman and maybe Punk against this new faction, which will probably need a 4th at some point, which probably is Sammy. I think it's Sammy.
And that is the question. Gianna says, does Sammy help Seth?
I think Sammy's
the guy. Watch the world burn. Just wants to watch the world burn.
That would be crazy. I think the heel turn's coming. I do.
There's always a plan B. Always a plan B.
I want my man Sam Zayn up there to have some great stuff. But yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting to see. Before we go, I do have a program note for tomorrow. Look, guys, WWE does not like us because they are putting Worlds Collide at 3:00 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes.
So with that being said, tomorrow, special airtime for the Wrestling Republic daily broadcast. don't even look at the banner below, because we will be on at 7 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, 11 a.m. Pacific time. And don't forget, tomorrow is Money in the Bank, and you know what that means with the WR team. A Money in the Bank watch along. It's going to be exciting. Some of your favorite people from the WR panel will be watching it. You know, we'll probably be shuffling around. I might even pop in at some point. You know, might have a couple beers in me, but hey, who knows? I might be there. And it's gonna be a blast, man. So make sure you watch that while you watch Money in the Bank. Listen to us. Don't listen to Michael Cole and Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
We got the good commentary over here. And yeah, man, that is all that we have for today, man. Thank you guys as always, man. Thank everybody in the comments. All of y'all wishing me a happy birthday too. Much love. And we will see y'all tomorrow. In the words of our world champion, 4 letters, 1 word. Yee. Deuces, we out.